Evening all, and welcome back to Factory Town. So between last episode and this one, I've just let the game run for a little bit, and we have completed our research on intermediate logistics. It's been finished, and we've unlocked all the wonderful new pushers and pullers and grabbers and wonderful things. So what fun can we have with them, and what can we do with them? Well, not a lot, because we don't have any red coins. Red coins are a bit of a problem for us right now, because we need them to produce goods from the forester, but we're not making enough. That's the problem. We're not making enough to keep up with demand. We are sort of filling up with paper there, but it's still going to be a bit of a problem. So what are we going to do in order to make more red coins? Well, what can we sell for red coins? Let's have a look at our economy here, and let's see. We can sell eggs and fish and stone brick. Chicken, we can sell wool for 2. Cooked fish we can sell for 3, but we haven't got kitchens yet, so we can't do that. Beef will also sell for 3, so that's something we might be able to jump up to if we wanted to. We could change this over from chicken to beef. Beef requires 4 and 10 seconds, and chicken requires 2 and 5 seconds. So actually, chicken is better than beef, because beef sells for 3 and chicken sells for 2. And you can make 2 chicken by the time you make 1 beef, so we'll leave that as that is. I think the issue is that we're just not getting enough resources into the pasture. So let's have a look at fixing that. I don't know if animal feed can come out onto chutes. Don't think it can. Let's rotate that building around and find out. So to rotate a building around that's already been placed, you can't just click on it and press R, because actually yes, you can. It used to be that you had to bring the move tool up, but I guess that's changed again back to there. You can just rotate it and push R. The question is, can that awesome, right. So let's rotate that one around out of the way, and let's build a chute going along to this animal feed. We'll go to specific mode and place that there. There you go. You're getting all the animal feed you could possibly eat, and you just need water, which those 2 guys are going to get from the well. Awesome. Right. Okie dokie. So that's running, this is all going, everything is looking awesome. What we could really do with is some conveyor belts. I feel that some cloth conveyor belts would be very useful for us, but we can't make any yet, because we require cloth, wheels and stone. Well, we have stone, we have wheels. We don't have cloth. To make cloth you require wool, and that turns into cloth. So if we switch this pasture back to being wool, or over to being wool, then we wouldn't be able to sell the chicken, which means we wouldn't have as many red coins coming in. But nah, we're not really making any red coins anyway because of problems up here. We need to expand this. This needs to become more. So, right. Let's expand the farm, shall we? Let's grab these farm tiles here, and let's expand the farm out. So, so we can do more with it. Okay, and I'm going to put more people into here. We've only got 2 people, so. But it's going to increase its speed, so it can produce grain faster by taking the grain quicker there, and it will have more to harvest. So that'll speed up the production here, which will in turn speed up production there, and generally make everything faster and better and awesome. But we do need space. I'm going to need some space. Let's put another house in, shall we? Okay, and 4 level 2s and 4 level 1s, and yeah, we are just going to need more space at some point, but I'm really not quite sure on how to do that, because we're a little bit limited where we can put things. What we need is to be producing red coins at a decent amount, and also producing wool, but we can't do both. Well, actually, technically we could do both, because I could put another pasture in. which is an option, but I think perhaps not. I am also wondering whether it's a better idea to have multiple farms, or just one farm. Having I'm really not sure. I'm really not sure whether if I built another farm, say there or there, that would be faster than having one farm with multiple workers in it. I'm not sure. I don't really have the resources to spend on trying to figure that one out yet. When we get more resources, we will do that, but right now, no, we're not. So, you're filling up with trees, you're filling up with wood. In fact, you can stop. You can stop doing that. So this is all backed up here, and we're going to start getting a bit of a reserve of red coins up. We do have more research to do, but I don't want to do any yet. I don't know what I would do if I did anyway, so we'll leave that for the moment. Let's see here. So to get into cloth production, we need wool. I'm going to remove these trees. Let's go tools, remove resource, and erect these trees. And I'm going to flatten that down a little bit. Right, okie dokie. And I think we will put in another pasture next door. Probably a really bad place to put it, but that's where it's going. And right, you are going to work on taking water to that one, and you are going to work on taking water to that one, and you're going to work on wool. We're not going to be able to do anything for like advanced pulling or doing anything for the moment. Although I think fertilizer can also go onto these. I'm not sure. Well, to make a cloth conveyor belt, let's carry on with this, shall we? And let's see. You are obviously not doing anything because we don't have any way to do anything. So let's put in another chute that way. And I'm not sure which way things are going to go. I think they always go right. Yep, I think they always go right. So what we'll do is we'll put in a logistic block, a splitter. A splitter does exactly what it says. It splits things. It goes one left, one forward, one right. One left, one forward, one right. Obviously here it can't go forward because there is no forward. So it should split them one left, see there, and then one right, to there, and the next one should go into there. So it became two. Yep, got used. Awesome. So that's splitting evenly between the two. Now, if I wanted to automate the grabbing of fertilizer, for instance, well, we could do that. And we could do that in a very interesting way. If I was to go into specific mode and put a cross there, that means that anything coming along from this way can go across, but anything coming from that way will just go straight on. I'll then put in a specific one facing that way and a straight. See why in a moment. And then we'll put an output there. Okay. And if we go into the logistic blocks and the grabbers will grab items from anything, from any storage. So I'm going to pause the game and I'm going to say one there and one there. They do cost 10 red coins at once, so it's a little bit expensive, but worth it. And I'm going to say you're going to go onto fertilizer, and you're going to go onto fertilizer. So yeah, and what the grabbers do is what they say. The grabbers grab things from inventory. So you see I've got it pointing this way. It means it's going to grab inventory out of there and put it onto the belt that's underneath it. And because that only goes that direction, it will go that way. Then under here, it will grab from that one, but only fertilizer. It won't grab the chicken. So the chicken's going to stay in there. Which means that when I unpause this, we should It says not very confidently. Find out that fertilizer cannot be pulled onto a chute. Ah. Okay, so fertilizer cannot be pulled onto a chute. And I think when you remove a logistic block, you don't get your money back. Find out. You do. You do get it back. So I'm on 64, 84. Awesome. Okay, didn't know that. Right. So we need conveyor belts for that, which are a little awkward. This is now full, that is now full. So to make conveyor belts, we are actually going to need to have some workshops set up here. A couple of workshops set up. Ooh, I put that pasture in a very bad place. Right, so let's see how we're going to do this. To the workflow for making conveyor belts is going to be, we're going to need one workshop making wooden wheels, one making cloth, and another one making cloth conveyor belts. Now you can obviously put all of them together, so I could say this one workshop, I could go tick you, and tick you, and if we provide it with the wood, cloth, and stone, it will use its own internal inventory of the wheels to use in the recipe, and its own internal inventory of the cloth in the recipe. So it will just use them up automatically. So that's pretty helpful. Yep, that's the right. Okay. So we would just need to provide it with wooden planks, cloth, and stone, which we can do. It requires stone bricks, which we're getting from here. So if I was to pause that and say, you who are selling the stone bricks at a general store, you're going to stop. You're going to take stone bricks and put it in the workshop. Okay. You are going to grab cloth from there and put it into the workshop. No, you're not, actually. No, you're not. You are going to... If I make this only fertilizer, can I tell? I can tell you to get fertilizer from wherever. So always supply bar with fertilizer. If I click that, it will grab it from there, and when that's out of fertilizer, it will grab it from that one. Which is a long way to go around, but it is actually doable. I could put a little stairway over that, I suppose. Let's have a look at that. Let's build a... Ah, it's not as easy. It's not as easy as that. Unfortunately, I would have to do... that. Because you've got these wooden arches and scaffold blocks. If you put a scaffold blocks on top of a thing like that, it will block it. You'll see it blocks that there, so the actual goods that go in there will get stuck. They can't go through there. So you need to put a wooden arch instead, which is that one there, wood or stone arch if you want to do that. But it's got to be one height. I can't put it there. That would also block it. So I've got to do it. Got to do it there. Then I've got to grab that conveyor, chute, and put a chute underneath there again somehow, which I can't do. So, well, there we go. Right. And then and that's messed up my chutes there. I think if I just do that, that would work. I'm not sure. No, we'll see. But yeah, so I need to put in a structural block wooden arch there, which means that I need 2 lots of stairs going up on both sides, like so, for my people to be able to walk across, and then I put a road on top there, and they can walk across there. So yeah, that would work. That would allow people to go up and over. That's fine. And that's stopped. Yeah, I thought it would do that. Right, so need to do that one, and that one. And then put the splitter back on there. Fortunately, when you change stuff underneath a splitter or underneath a logic block, you've got to remove the logic block to change the bits underneath it. It's sort of awkward, but that's how it goes. But yeah, there we go. So we have a splitter going up and going around. That's fine. So I stopped that because I want to actually grab this wagon. I want to tell the wagon to grab wool and put inside that workshop. And I think also I'm going to build a road like so. And wagons can also use stairs, which is very interesting because that must be a really bumpy ride. Why are you not grabbing from there? What's going on there? Are you not over here? Strange. No, not taking fertilizer from that one. Okie dokie. So I have to tell you to do that. Okay. And you, my friend, you are going to take wood planks from there and put it in the workshop. Okay. There we go. Right. So he's got cloth there going along. It's not going into his input, which is a little odd, but you will see that as this builds up in resources that it needs, we would eventually get to a point where we can start producing. See, there goes now producing a wooden wheel. So you see, it's got one cloth. In the recipe here actually says we have one cloth, but there's none up here, but it is here. So this will hopefully, and there we go, we're now full on cloth. So you'll go down there. You're going to produce another wheel. We're going to get a second wheel. It will take the wheel and take a cloth from there and produce a cloth conveyor belt. There we go, our first cloth conveyor belt. So you can have workshops work internally with themselves. You do have to be a bit awkward. It's a bit awkward when it comes to taking items out of a workshop this way, because if you just use the exit point there, it will take all of these inputs out. So you really don't want to do that. You can use logistics logic blocks to do it, but for now, I'm just going to hire another worker, and I'm going to tell you to take cloth conveyor belts and put them in the base. Because we can't build with cloth conveyor belts when they're in the workshop. It only works when they're in the base. Okay, so that is working. That is awesome. You are going. You are doing your bits and pieces. You are working. Everything looks as if it's pretty awesome. We're getting plus 10, which is giving us plus 10% production speed. That says there 10% production speed. That adds to this here. He's only got one worker, so it should be 100%, but he's 110 because we have happiness. The higher you get the happiness, the faster your workshops work. It all balances around, it adds to everything. See, this is 160, with 3 workers should be 150. 1 happiness is 10%, so yay, awesome. So, the first kind of thing I want to do is actually going to be automate this well. So, let's see, how many conveyor belts have we got now? How many do we have? 3. Cloth conveyor belts are something you can use a lot of, so I'm going to add them to my action bar down here. I'm actually going to replace the footpath, so hold shift and press 2, you go, replace it down there, because footpaths, I have them down and I can just press C to copy them if I want to. Will be the same with cloth conveyor belts as well, but yeah. So I want to automate a well. A well will not automatically output items. You have to have either a worker or something grabbing from a well. So I'm going to tell you 2 workers to just drop off your goods if you don't mind, and you're going to grab that from there. Somebody pointed out in the last episode as well in the comments that pastures, when their fertilizer's full, they may work slower. I don't know about that at all. I've not checked. I do have to have a look, see whether that's a thing, because that could become a big issue. I'm not sure. But yeah, we will see. So it's something I will have to keep an eye on to do, and I'll say that it's something I'm probably going to completely forget about, but I mentioned it, so if I do forget about it and it messes me up, it's my fault. But thank you for pointing that out, and if anybody else knows of anything that, you know, I'm doing and you can see might have potential problems, do please let me know, because it may be things I just simply don't know, that I've not come across yet, and said things that you've discovered in your playthrough, so yeah. Right, so the well. Let's get a well. So I'm going to copy this well, and I'm going to put the well there. No, I'm not. First, I'm going to flatten this terrain out, like so. He says not being able to do it because it's actually... Oh, there we go. It's gone onto a bit of a... That's the world's strangest well. It's picking water up from nothing. Magic well. Okay. And you see, even though when I placed that down, it had an arrow. See, there's the arrow. It had an arrow facing that way. If I put a cloth conveyor belt there, it will not output. Simply won't do it. So, that means that the only way to get water out of there is to use a grabber, which we're going to use. But I want to distribute water to these two pastures. And the question is, do I want to prioritise one over the other? Or do I want to just have a splitter? It's a bit of a... To prioritise one over the other, you would simply grab another conveyor belt, and I would say, if I wanted to prioritise, say, this one, say the chicken, and I have the belt facing that way, like so, and you think, well, hang on a minute, water will come out of there and go straight into this one here. That's true. But then in logistic blocks, I will grab a pusher. A pusher basically does what it says on the tin. It pushes items the direction you face it. So if I did that, set it like that, that would mean that when items come into this block, the pusher will push them into the chicken feed, into the chicken pasture first. And then if there's no space in here, it won't push them, so the conveyor belt will take them that way. That prioritises one over the other. If you ever wanted to do that, that's how you can do it. That's prioritising. But we don't really have to do that. So I can remove that. And instead, I can have the conveyor do that. I don't have to worry about it going onto this chute, because as you can see, sort of barely there, I have actual no chute coming up here. It only goes left or right. And I can copy this splitter, and I can do that. And it shouldn't ever put water onto a chute, because I don't think water goes onto chutes anyway, but it shouldn't ever do it because it's just that way. The other way you could do it as well, if you really wanted to, would be to remove that splitter and do that, which looks a bit weird, but it can't put it that way because that space would always be full with another bit of water, so it can't ever push it that way, so it'll push it left or right. Never do it that way. So that's you can do that with splitters. You can also put them like sideways if you ever want to just do, you know, I want you to go that way and left, but I don't need to go right. You can put them facing upwards and so on and so forth. But yeah, we're there. And we will then grab a grabber, which grabs items from inventory, then feed it behind it, like so. And you'll see it grabs water from the well, and the splitters will split it one left, one right, one left, one right, and that'll be nice and even. Conveyor belts are kind of slow, but that's fine. You see that stopping every now and then? I think that's either because the splitter's trying to push one back, which it can't do, or it's going to, but it doesn't matter. It works. I don't think we're ever going to get fertilizer onto this conveyor belt, because as I said, there's no way the chutes can push forward, so the splitter will ignore it going forward, so you don't have to worry about that. Okay, right, and it looks as if our barn is full. We have a barn full of fertilizer. Lovely. What a wonderful smell that must have. Okay, so you're producing stuff there. You're simply waiting for wood, which is a bit of a problem. We do have loads of wheels, so I think I might do that. I think let's say I'm very sorry, worker. You're going to deliver that bit of wood, and then you are going to... I want to say stop, but I kind of don't at the same time. Actually want to say grab wood from there and take it over, because that would be quicker. And then we're going to grab a wagon, because I can copy the wagon from there, and tell the wagon to grab wood and put it in the base. So we're filtering through the base, which is good. That's going to work. That's going to be fine. Okay. And we are producing cloth. We have our first bit of automation for cloth, which is excellent. The fertilizer we could be sending to the farm to help speed up the growth of the crops, but as you can see, the crops are not having issues here. When you had 3x3, it was a little bit of an issue. It was sort of borderline using up before they were growing, but once you've got more fields than that, you really don't have to worry about it. And it doesn't appear to affect the speed of it at all, depending on how many crops you have. It doesn't matter at all. So it's only how many workers you put in the places. Can't increase that because we are full on workers. So let us instead perhaps upgrade these houses. Okay. 3 and 4. There we go. Right. We've upgraded all the houses. We now have 36 workers, which means we can increase this up to 10. 10 increases the workers by 225%, and we got 10% happiness from the bonus, so it puts us 335 instead of 100% speed. And you can see now he is grabbing all the corn. This might be an issue where we do run low on corn, so maybe having fertilizer fed back into it might be an idea. Maybe not too sure. It looks okay. Kind of looks as if stuff is growing fast and it's being chopped. So, and I reckon this will actually feed. This is already it filled up the grain mill, so the grain mill actually can't keep up. So this is going to fall back now. So we could cut back on these bit. I think let's go down to let's go down to 5 workers. Still 100% speed. Because there's no point in having extra workers in here when the farm can't output more. That's just a waste of people, particularly when you've only got a limited amount of people this early on in the game. So let's get grain. Okay, we could speed up the grain mill. We could add more people to that. Let's do that. Let's put 5 people in that. Let's double up that. So now it's producing 1 animal feed every second rather than every 2 seconds. Which means it's potentially using 2 grain a second. Ignoring the 10% bonus speed, because again, the 10% comes from our happiness, and that is spread amongst everything. So if you just ignore that and figure it out based on the ignoring that one there, you can balance things out. So this is at 200% speed, meaning it's producing 1 grain every second. This is at 200% speed, meaning it's using 2 grains every second. So this needs to go faster. And we can't make it go faster because we don't have enough people. So this is actually using up more resources than we're actually producing. So we're going that way. So at 100% speed, it's 2 seconds to use 2 grain. And this one at 100% speed will produce 1 grain every 2 seconds. So this would have to be at 200% speed to match that's 100% speed. So if we tone this down to say there's 150, and this wants to get to 300% speed, I think. 200% speed gives us 300, so that should balance now. That should be using as much animal feed as it's getting in. It should never pause. It's going to pause for a tiny second, but that should balance out between the two. Again, ignoring the bonus 10%, because even if your happiness increases to above the 10%, it will affect both of these. So it'll go up to say, it'll add plus 20%, which would be 170, and that one will become 320. So it balances out across all of them. If my math's correct, I'm not sure whether my math is correct there, but it works in my head. So yeah. Right, we could do some more research. I'm not going to right now. Let's get rid of that well there. That is working, and both our places are full of animal feed. And yeah, we are at production. We are at production limit. We have filled up both our pastures with food and water. So yeah, that's a good thing, I suppose. Okay. What else do we have that we haven't built yet? Nothing. We have at least one of each of those. We do need more red coins though, because our red coins are going down rather than up. Our stone usage is going round. Right, wait. Something's not quite right here. You're hold the line. Hold on. You're taking stone from there and putting it in the workshop. Why don't you take it from the base instead? And then you're taking it from the workshop and putting it in the base. Okay, so we're getting even faster run of things going on there. But again, we're struggling with wood. Let's expand the path out here a little bit. I think people are having issues walking around. The issue is simply that wooden wheels take 5 seconds to make. That's the problem. Okay, that's fine. That's absolutely fine. Right. So I suppose the next thing to do is more research. We have hit the limit of what we can currently do with our village. So, what do we want to research? What should we go for? What do you think? Metallurgy would obviously let us start doing iron stuff, which I'm not really sure about. I'm not sure whether that's actually going to help or not. I'm not sure why that's requires boat building requires. Let's go for that. Let's go for metallurgy. Research that and see how it goes. Again, that uses red coins, so we are going to be needing to sell more red coins. Do with open up cooking. That would help. That would really help. You're grabbing the wool. You're grabbing that. Yeah, everything's kind of working. Just working slowly for the minute. How many conveyor belts do we have? We have 37. Shall we use some more to automate this and speed up some production going on here? You drop off your fertilizer in the farm. That can use a tiny bit of fertilizer to go and do something. Oh yes, you can see it's fertilized those two there because they are now brown, and that increases the growth speed. I don't know by how much, but it does increase the growth speed. So let's have a way of automatically taking fertilizer out of here and putting it in a barn. Not that we need to, because that barn is full. So actually, let's leave that for the minute and see how we go. Right. So yeah, I think we are actually at a point where I can't particularly do any more of anything, so I'm just waiting for this forester to chop down more trees, this lumber mill to produce more stuff, this to produce more stuff. We're just generally waiting for stuff. So I'm going to say you are going to help take the chicken, and you're going to take... We can't sell the fertilizer to people, they don't want that. Which is probably a good thing. Really sure people want fertilizer. You could take the wool. What does wool sell for? Yeah, it sells for 2. Let's take that. Just grab the wool and do that. So we've got 2 people grabbing chicken, and we're going to have 1 person grabbing some wool. And we've also got wool going over to the workshop as well. So, but what are you taking? What are you doing? Oh, hold on. Did I miss something there? Are you taking wood? You are. You're taking wood. No. We don't need that. No. Okie dokie. Right. Let's put you on stone duty. Let's try and eat this stone up. I want to kind of use all this stone up anyway, rather than this. I could move the stonemason. I could move it closer. I think I might do that. So, you three stop. We're going to clear that out. Stonemason. Right, we'll copy the stonemason and we'll put him. I can't. I don't have enough wood and I don't have enough population. Okie dokie. So, you put your wood back and then wait. Okay. So if I delete that and we rebuild the stonemason, and we're going to put it. Oh, let's put it over here. Yeah, we'll put it there. We'll put the stonemason there, and the stonemason is going to build stone bricks. Boom. Right. I'm going to say you. In fact, you just grab stone from whatever resource you can get. Just grab the stone. Okay, and you are going to take the stone bricks into the base, and then we're going to have this. No, actually, you can also supply him with stone. You to grab the wood and put it in there. Get that going again. And what we're going to do is we're going to build some chutes in the sky, or we're going to build some conveyor belts in the sky because chutes can't do that. So let's grab some wooden pillars, and we'll say two. I think just three. We're going to go three. Good. Okay. And we'll grab some more structural blocks and we'll grab some wooden arches. So take that one off. 3 is the highest you can interact with the building. You can't go to 4, which makes me worried that this is not going to work because the base is actually lower than that. Oh, we can't afford to build that because that requires wood as well. Everything requires wood. Okay. Wow. Yeah, we are really struggling for our wood. Might need to change this up a little bit there. Okay, so right, and what we're going to do is we're going to have our cloth conveyor belts come out there and go along there. And you'll notice that even though this is above the auto exit point, it's not automatically outputting because the auto exit is only on ground level. It's not up higher. So you potentially have 3, 6, 9, 12 interactable squares on 3 different layers. So 12, 24, you can have 36 inputs or outputs to a barn. You've got 36 outputs and 35 inputs. Or 35, not and or 35 inputs, sorry. So yeah. Dokie, right. Bump, bump, there we go. Bump and bump. And then we grab a grabber, because that will grab out of inventory, like so. And then I'm going to have a look, because I'm not convinced this is going to input into the base. I think this is too high. Yes, it's too high. Okay, so how would we counter that? Well, if we remove that block and that block, and then look in structural blocks again, you'll see a scaffold ramp. The ramp, when placed, I'll put it there, attached there, goes down a block, and you can put conveyor belts on it. So that ends up going down into the 3rd layer on the base. So that's 1, that's 2, that's 3. If you can envision that, the door is 1 block, the block above the door is 2, and the roof is 3. Yeah, and that is taking all the stone brick out of the stonemason and automatically putting it into there. More expensive than hiring a worker, but it allows the worker to then have to become an input instead of an output. So yeah, so that allows things to go there. I'm not quite sure what those workers are doing. They're all being a bit strange. But yeah, that just allows you to automate things a little bit better. I mean, I could potentially grab some people and say grab a tree and put it on this conveyor just to speed this up, but fortunately I can't make this go any faster because the issue is that then we'll burn up all our red coins. not what we want to do. We do still want our red coins. We are selling... Well, we're not selling chicken anymore because chicken looks like it's kind of done. So... let's... I'm not going to sell any more wool. I want to keep the wool because wool is useful. So I'm going to get rid of that worker. We're going to have one selling chicken, one selling wool. And yeah, everything is awesome. We don't need to be increasing this here. See, even with 9 workers in there, which is almost the maximum, once you get up to having 9, 18, 27 fields, I think it's about 20 fields. The grain just grows too fast and the farm can cut it down. I suppose if you end up with really high happiness and you end up with the, like, I think you can get to about, I'm not sure, I think it's 50% bonus, might be more, I don't know, but I suppose potentially you could be taking down crops faster than they are growing. And as I said, you could build a second farm and have that go there, and then that will cover all those crops except for the end 2 rows. So it is potential that you could have 2 farms doing the same crops if you wanted to. So yeah, that is a thing that you could do if you wanted to do that. Have 2 farms instead of 1. It wouldn't. I don't think it goes any faster than having that there. But if you had loads of spare workers, having 2 farms, obviously with loads of workers in there, will make things faster than anything else anyway. So yeah, but yeah, this is kind of going. I mean, obviously that grain, we're now getting to the point where this is all full, this is all backlogging because these pastures simply can't go fast enough. You can upgrade pastures to make them go faster. I think I might do that. Potentially for our chicken. The wool one doesn't need it at the moment. Maybe, I think let's do it. Let's upgrade our chicken. It costs 100 gold, 100 yellow coins, and 20 planks. So click. There we go. And that increases its speed by 50%. So it now takes 2.5 seconds naturally to produce raw chicken, plus all the bonuses that we've got with it. So yeah, that'll just speed it up, which means it will use more resources, which means these will start going down and these will start going down. It just makes things go smoother, and you don't magically produce more goods out of nothing. You have to use the resources more often, but once you've got a backup of what you see here, this is stuck around the 8 and 9 mark, so this is keeping up fine with that. That is sticking between this 7 and 6 mark, so that's keeping up with supplying. So this is all now kind of balanced, I suppose. When it will obviously become unbalanced again once our output's full, which has happened now. So this will all back up, and then the output gets used, it will come down. So yeah, that all works. Still really concerned that we're not getting enough wood here, but unfortunately can't do a great deal about it. Yeah, there's no way of speeding up this wood. Well, there is a way of speeding it up, but it's going to use many more coins, and we are not making the coins. This is all going to come to a grinding halt until we can get a decent red coin production going on. We could automate the chicken output and the wool output if we wanted to. We could have cloth conveyor belts come along and deposit into the workshop and deposit into the food market. That is potentially something to do. You're all dropping stone in there. We're getting lots of stone bricks. Stone bricks, not a problem. Wood isn't really a problem either. Let's stop you and let's tell you to supply the lumber mill with whatever, and you the same. You supply the lumber mill. So either grab water or grab wood. Whichever works better. And you are going to take wood back into there again, which is going to diminish our resources, but that's kind of how it's going to go. Yeah, so we're a little bit compact. We will spread out much later. We've got other things up here doing things. We've got stuff over there doing nothing at the moment. So you can also take workers completely out. So I mean, this farm's doing nothing. I could take the worker out of that. It just stops the production. It becomes inactive. But it does free that worker up, so I can move him around and put him somewhere else if I wanted to. So I could potentially add him to that one there, but then we're running out of red coins. That's the problem. So yeah, just remember it does that. It doesn't give you any icon saying that it stopped, so you have to remember that you've turned that off. So, but anyway, I think that's where we're going to bring this episode to a close. We've done a little bit of logic going on there. I'm going to try and not become logic heavy in this playthrough like I did previously, although once I unlock rails, probably will, but no. Anyway, yeah, so we've got a farm working. We've got all this is self-sufficient. All this is working and doing wonders and being very, very active, and we are working on our next lot of research, which is going to be a while away. So I think we'll bring this episode to a close, and we'll come back once that has finished researching next time. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this one. I hope to see you again next time, and until then, as always, have fun.